What's up, guys? You've reached Couch Co-op. I'm one of your hosts, Sean. I'm here with my good friend, Jack, and we are here to talk about Grand Theft Auto Online.
You've reached sounds like it's a voicemail thing.
Well,
Yeah, we're gonna be talking about Grand Theft Auto. It was quite a big deal the past couple days. The online didn't work exactly as promised right out of the out of the box, out of the download.
So it didn't work not as promised. It didn't work.
Well,
at all.
it didn't work as it was promised that it was going to work. You know, like there's an assumption that if it's available, it will work, and unfortunately, it didn't. And it's kind of gotten. I don't want to say it's been blown out of proportion because it's a giant game, and it matters a lot to a lot of people.
If you gave money to Rockstar,
you deserved an online experience. Yeah. But companies can't plan for everything, you know?
No, I think it's more the fact that nobody can do this correctly.
Yeah.
Like, Rockstar they're pros. Blizzard are pros. Like, you know, SimCity came out, those guys are pros. EA are pros. Yeah, EA are pros. Like, and all of them fucked it up.
All giant online releases, they go wrong, and it's an unfortunate reality because, like I said, it's a problem because companies can't plan for stuff like this. They don't know what's going to happen once it hits, like, you know, thousands and thousands, or in, you know, this case, millions and millions of players all at once trying to get on the same servers in the same system, you know?
Yeah.
And like I said, if you watch my Grand Theft Auto online impressions, like, I don't understand this stuff. I'm not like a tech guy or an internet server guy or anything like that, but it's obviously very complicated.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you.
Yeah. It's not obvious. I look at it this way: if Rockstar can't get it right, it must be way more complicated.
Blizzard can't get it right.
Again, but that was like 10 years ago.
No, it wasn't. That was like a fucking year ago when Diablo came out, and it
I
just
forgot
didn't
about Diablo.
work.
Yeah, all right, good point. I was thinking about WoW.
Yeah, no.
Which was also not a clean release. Like, no...
I don't remember. I was like 11 when that game came out.
Yeah, but I remember. It was not a clean release.
But yeah, with Diablo came out, and it just didn't work.
Yeah, people just couldn't get on for the first couple days. And, like, you know what? The reaction wasn't half as bad. Because,
it was bad, dude.
Well, no,
it
was bad. I was upset. But it wasn't as bad as this. And it's because, like, PC players, they're just kind of... They, like, understand that this is what happens.
Yeah, no one's gonna jump in, and it's just not the way it works.
Yeah.
Like, you have to look at it in this way. Grand Theft Auto couldn't do it, and they have all the money in the fucking world, so it's not a money issue.
Yeah.
It's just they didn't plan on this many people buying their game issue.
We're gonna take a look at this in a little bit, but, like, everyone online, like, 90% of the internet was flaming Rockstar. And, like, they're like, you guys have all the money in the world, and you're just, you know, like, what are you doing with it that you can't get this right? It's obviously not a money problem.
Yeah, it's not a thing.
Because I can just about guarantee that if Satan himself came to Rockstar and was like, if you burn all the money you made, we'll make this right, they would have done it.
Yeah, it's a little dramatic. But,
well, I mean, of course, it's a little dramatic.
But, yeah.
But, like, you know, like, if there was any possible way by spending money to make this right, they would have done it.
Yeah, because it was hurting them.
Yeah.
I mean, it can't be hurting them that bad. You have a game that's got like 50 hours of gameplay. I don't know if anybody's 100%ed it yet. I haven't seen anything about anybody 100%ing it.
There's a couple people who
there's content out there for you to do. Yeah. It would be way worse if Grand Theft Auto launched and nothing worked.
Yeah.
It's not like Diablo or SimCity where it's like, oh, fuck you. You can't even play the game.
Yeah.
Like...
Well, that's the thing. Like, we talked about this on our last podcast. I beat Grand Theft Auto, and you're close to the end. You know?
Yeah, I got distracted with Grand Theft Auto Online when I finally started working.
When it's sort of started working. So the thing is, I did wait about a week and a half for this, and I don't find the single player enjoyable after I've completed, like, you know, missions and everything like that.
Yeah, most people haven't beaten the game.
Yeah, I would say a lot of people haven't. Yeah. So this shouldn't have been as big a deal to those people. But there are all those people like me who have played it, beaten it, and, like, now can't do anything with the game.
Well, fucking go play Terraria for a couple of days. Like, I don't know. It's clear.
Are we going to talk about Terraria this week, or are we going to push that off? We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll bring that up one day.
So we're actually watching Sean play Grand Theft Auto Online right now, and it's working
perfectly. There's no problems with it right now.
I don't know about the Xbox 360 version. I can't speak to that. I don't know if they've been able to patch everything they wanted to patch with that, according to their website. But as far as I can tell, the PS3 version is working as well as anyone could hope it is. Which is, that's quick. What is that, like 48 hours?
Yeah, it's working 72.
Again? 72 hours at this point? Okay.
You have to, know that people have been working at Rockstar since Tuesday.
Yeah.
Well, no. People have been working at Rockstar probably round the clock since this game was released.
As soon as they realized they weren't going to be able to make this right immediately.
Yeah. Because it's like... No, they didn't... I guarantee everybody was like, oh my god, look at all the people that are buying this game. And then the multiplayer team was like, oh my god, look at all these people that are buying this game.
Yeah, the IT guys were setting things on, just losing their minds.
Yeah, whoever, because I know it's a different team that makes the online for this game. It's a different part of Rockstar. They were like, oh shit.
Yeah, everyone from the single player team was probably like, well, we're good.
We're rich.
Good,
and everybody else is like, uh-oh, holy shit.
And then they brought those guys on the single player and brought them over to the multiplayer, and they're like, this is what you have to fix.
Yeah. This is a great point of people just underestimated how successful this game is going to be.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to do a bajillion copies, and anybody into gaming, but you can't pay all this money for servers and stuff and then have your game not sell as many copies as you need for servers, because then you just wasted a bunch of money on servers. And so
what you're saying is that you can't buy as many servers as you
it's not like they had a room full of servers for this game. Well, they probably did, but they just needed more. It's like they anticipated a certain amount of people buying this game, and they anticipated doing the amount of business that they did in 72 hours. They expected it would take them till March to actually do that.
Yeah.
They expected to make $1 billion by March. They made $1 billion in 3 fucking days.
Yeah. And that's just, they did, like I said, it's just, they couldn't plan for that.
Yeah. So, people fucking relax.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not like they were like, man, I hope our game sucks. I hope it doesn't work. No, they clearly want this game to work. It just hasn't happened yet. And you know what? Right now, in 48 hours, before the weekend happened, the game is working fine.
Yeah.
So
again, that's unbelievable to me, because I still was having a hard time getting on Diablo when this happened in their game, and I was still it's just these things they never work perfectly.
Yeah, and it sucks, but Grand Theft Auto Online is pretty fun. There are some things right now not working. It's pretty much impossible to get into a deathmatch. It doesn't work. I've been trying to do it all day. It does not work. So it's very frustrating.
I'm actually gonna leave this up to you. Do you want to take a look at some of the things people have said on the Rockstar
No, because I know most of the stuff that people have said, and it's pretty disgusting. Our community is the most vocal. I think the people at Mass Effect said it, or whoever, EA
made Mass Effect.
Yeah.
BioWare.
Yeah.
Well,
EA. I think the people at EA said it best when EA got voted the worst company in America. And by the way, if you think that EA is the worst company in America, you need to do more research.
Yeah. Well, it's just wrong.
It beat out Bank of America, who is funded cartels. So we'll just leave that in another discussion. But they said it where our community is extremely vocal because we're already on the internet. This is what we do. Yeah. So when something messes up, is this dude? I'm just trying to get my shop on. Sorry, guys.
He got his just desserts.
Yes. All right. So somebody just ran into a store. This is the dangers of Grand Theft Auto Online.
Sean's just trying to shop.
I'm just trying to shop.
You're also in sneak mode right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to shop, and someone ran into the place the store that I was shopping and just started shooting me. So that bitch got hit with a shotty.
Yeah. So he didn't expect your Gears of War skills to come out.
He didn't expect me to have a shotgun, a sawed-off shotgun on just on demand. Anyway. He walked into that building and he got blasted. But our community is already on the internet.
One. And this is not the worst I've seen, but it's titled "Worst Online Launch Ever" with about, I don't know if I had to estimate, maybe 30 exclamation points. You can see it right there.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Which is right off the bat incorrect. We just went over online launches.
Did not work.
You couldn't play the game at all. And then this is what he says: "This is what $1 billion buys these days. Rockstar, you would be better off making the game right before you launch it." What does that even mean? You guys ever thought that a beta, not beta, guys, beta demo might be a good idea to work out the kinks? Yeah, which they did. It's just like I said, you can't slam all these servers at once. Before you let down millions and millions of fans. Have been playing since before there was online gaming, So this person's old. Not old, but no. I don't mean
I've
like...
been playing since before online.
No, I know, but I'm saying like this isn't like some like snot-nosed 12-year-old on the internet yelling about his, this is like someone who should know, who
go
should
back
understand.
to grammar and learn how to fucking spell.
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that everyone was aware of that. This person is old enough to know better. Have been playing since before there was online gaming, and this is the worst start to an online game I've ever seen. And this is, again, incorrect. We've seen worse.
Like, if you think this is the worst online launch ever, like, just fucking... I could write a book on worst online launches. This shit was fixed in 2 days.
Yes, exactly.
I'm playing it right now.
Again, I cannot stress how impressive that is.
This game was fixed in 2 days. For a work... I can't even imagine the workload. That must have... Ooh, sorry.
Nice car.
Yeah.
No, you can't... Like, I said it to you the other day. We were just having a one-off conversation. There have probably been people working for 72 hours straight, like, not seeing their families, calling in, like, takeout for every meal.
Sleeping under their desks.
Sleeping under the desk, trying to get the work done,
Yeah.
And I was upset. I threw a little tantrum.
Yeah,
I was mad about it, but I wasn't, like, cursing Rockstar.
I worked all week, so I honestly barely even noticed.
Yeah.
I played this online for about 2 hours.
That's the thing. I worked Tuesday, and I got off at 8, and that's when I was going to play it. And then it wasn't working. And then I wasn't working Wednesday, and it didn't work, so I was upset about that. So, like, I had some feelings to vent. Also, I told you I lost a couple characters to the
That's frustrating.
And stuff
That is frustrating.
And I understand that there were people who had worked really hard in those 48 hours when stuff was still getting fixed, and like
people are still losing stuff.
That's the thing. Right, like now. I haven't lost anything. Like, oh my god, knock on wood, I haven't lost anything since things started getting fixed. But I can understand how that'd be frustrating. But, like, you know what? At this point, you're kind of playing at your own risk. Like, that things are broken.
Yeah, the stuff's not working right.
You just gotta, you gotta be careful. If you're gonna put, like, hours and hours into this game, there's a risk you might lose some stuff. Anyway, that was one of the most tame forums I saw.
People are dumb, dude. It's just a community. They don't understand that money can't fix that problem.
It's just too reactionary. Like, people, they're not checking out. They're not like, if we see a problem, we're like, what's causing this problem?
Yeah.
What, like, is this something that persists throughout the industry? And we're like, oh yeah, it does.
Yeah, this problem
is hard. This is not a simple fix.
Rockstar fucking up.
Exactly. And it's not, and we said it in our conversation the other day, like, this is not something money can fix.
No.
This is time. And like people are like, oh, you guys made $1 billion in 3 days. I keep trying to say $3 billion in one, whatever. You guys made $1 billion in 3 days. Why can't you get this right? It's just not that simple. And like that, like you started to say, this is a problem with the community at large.
Yeah, we are assholes. That's the problem. Gamers are most likely assholes.
And then
there are like, I've met a bunch, especially when we went to San Francisco and we like went to meet all these gamers.
Amazing people.
We met great people, but like those aren't the guys that are writing forum reviews. Unfortunately, the negative people will always fucking stop and leave a review like, this game sucks.
Yeah. But the people who are just enjoying it, they don't feel the need to talk about it. Or like, if they do talk about it, they only talk about it with their friends who probably agree with them.
Yeah, and like, man, I'm fucking this car up. And it's very frustrating that that it didn't work. That sucks. But like,
okay, we're painting with a very broad brush. I don't. Oh, you just got tackled by a light pole. Anyway, I don't think I can't say that most or all gamers are jerks, but like because there are a lot of them, and it's because there aren't enough people out there, and I don't want to like toot my own horn, but there aren't enough people out there like us, like our friends, who know enough to do some research and like find out that this.
And the other thing is like, we brought this up last time we talked, is that everybody bought this game.
Yeah. And
people bought this game that don't normally play games. And that only might play 1 or 2 games a year. Call of Duty works every year at launch because it's the same game every year. So they don't really have to do shit to it. It just works. And even then, like, you'll time out of matches and shit. But like, so, like, I always bring up, my friend Seiji bought a PlayStation for this game.
Yeah.
At the end of PlayStation's life cycle. So he has a bunch of great games to get to play. But like, he bought a PlayStation for Grand Theft Auto. And he's not an online gamer. But if he'd signed on and like tried to play Grand Theft Auto online and it didn't work, I could understand him being pissed because he doesn't play video games like that.
Yeah,
I know that this is a problem.
What's going on. Yeah, like
I told you even Rockstar released a press statement a couple of weeks before, like right when they announced, they were like, "Hey guys, we made $1 billion. By the way, online's not gonna work. That shit's gonna be broken when it comes out. Bear with us."
Yeah,
like I mean, they knew it.
Yeah, because it couldn't have been a secret to them at that point.
No.
And you know, the sooner they address the gamers at large, the better. But yeah, you are adding a lot of the more. I mean, I don't want to insult casual gamers, but you're adding a lot more people who aren't like the hardcore who
don't know that this
who know about a lot of this stuff. You're adding like people, just random people who when they get their product and it doesn't work, lose their minds.
And like
which in almost any other case is almost acceptable. You're like, well, you got something, it doesn't work. That's terrible.
So like the thing is like does this problem carry on to the next generation?
Oh yeah. Yeah, if this ever happens, if there will be another Grand Theft Auto on the next generation. The online, if there is another online release like this, if they don't just keep updating Grand Theft Auto Online,
there's another
probably be a problem with that. Like it just.
Yeah, because it's like I know that Xbox has like got servers that they're gonna loan to like different companies when they launch games, so like to try to stop this from happening. But like, this isn't even a problem.
I don't know if Xbox has enough servers for a launch.
Xbox doesn't even have enough servers to fucking run Gears of War 3 correctly. So like,
and that's
not even Xbox. That's Epic. But so like I always think like, is this a problem that's even gonna go away, or should I just like avoid online for the first week of every game?
Well, I mean, like it's gonna happen, but I don't know why I didn't think of this. I am a gamer, and like I should have known that this was gonna happen, but I was still surprised when it did happen.
I wasn't shocked at all.
I was like, I was surprised for a minute. I was like, what's happening? And then I remembered. I was like, oh.
Man, I'm trying to do the same thing that everybody else in fucking North America is trying to do.
Yeah, exactly. And then probably like I've heard a bunch of different languages on here as well. I couldn't identify them for the life of me. But
just a quick, so anybody who signs on to Grand Theft Auto Online, everyone's an asshole. I just want you to know that's a real fact. If you see someone,
we're gonna go over some tips. I don't necessarily agree with that.
The first tip is kill everyone.
I'm a mushy guy.
You watched what happened to me the night I started playing. The first night I started playing, I got killed immediately.
Yeah.
And then I got out of the hospital, and someone was waiting outside the hospital in their car, and they ran me over as I spawned. And then I respawned in the exact same spot, and they backed up and ran me over again.
Now, if there is one thing that they do patch, I think they need to start respawning people farther away from the place where they last died. Because it's way too easy to just keep
I could just kill you over and over again.
We're going to go over some tips later. I don't necessarily agree with that. Or diving off roofs like Sean just did. But, it's a shame that the community is this reactionary, and it's a shame that this is a problem that isn't as easy as everyone thinks it is to fix.
Yeah.
Because then there wouldn't be.
But online is actually fun to play.
Yeah, when it comes down to it, if you saw the impressions of the review, I actually gave it a 9. Even when it was broken, the experience I was having led me to believe that and I was correct after I got to play it even more, that there was a lot of potential for a ton of fun in Grand Theft Auto Online. Would you agree with that? You've been playing it for, I don't know, probably like 5-10 hours at this point?
No, I've been playing it for maybe 4.
I
played it for an hour last night.
5 to 10, and you're close.
Yeah, no. But it's fun. It's kind of boring right now, but like it's because none of the competitive shit works. So it's like that is beyond frustrating.
See, the weird thing is I feel like you're having a completely different experience than me, because like I have gotten to play death matches, and I have been able to play like races and things like that, and I haven't had all these terrible experiences with other players. So maybe I haven't gotten a fair exposure. Maybe you haven't gotten a fair exposure, but like I feel like once things get up and running, once we find a group of friends that we're gonna play with consistently, this will be an even better online experience than it already is.
Yeah, like I said, I really enjoy Rockstar's multiplayer as far as competitive. I loved Red Dead. I was really good at it. I loved Grand Theft Auto 4.
I didn't love Red Dead.
You didn't love Grand Theft Auto? That's probably because you were bad at it.
It might be.
But it's just like those games were so much fun to like get into death matches and do that, and like I just want to do that. I want that to work now. That's the only thing I like. And I'm not trying to be a bitch and like fucking roast Rockstar, but like please make that work. And please make it so that I can play with people from other worlds, because that's annoying right now that it's only pulling from my world.
I think the problem with that right now is that we are operating on, Rockstar's servers, and there are obviously a lot of issues going on with the servers. So maybe that is something that they'll be able to patch in, able to fix up.
Well, yeah, definitely will be. Otherwise, I'll trade the game in tomorrow. Yeah. Like, I'll trade the game in the day after. The day announced that the competitive shit's just not gonna work.
Again, like I have I have had those experiences. Hopefully they just find a way to streamline it and allow you to play death matches and stuff like that. What do you think of this whole? Okay, so they have these like side missions or main missions. I really don't know what the main point of Grand Theft Auto Online is. It seems like it's whatever you want it to be. So you can either do constantly like team death matches. You can do races constantly. You can run around and kill other players, rob stores, buy houses, stuff like that. Just fly around for fun. But one of these options is what's called jobs, and they're basically side missions where you join up with some other people, and you go fight some computer enemies and stuff like that. And it seems like this is like the precursor to. It seems like almost mini heists. You grab a team, you run into this place, you kill a bunch of people, grab like drugs or a package or something off of them, and then you take it back to this checkpoint. Mm-hmm. All while trying to protect the person who has the package. So this seems like the precursor to heists. Yeah. How do you like this job system?
I mean, it's fine, I guess. It's not like I'm not like in love with it. It's just, it's okay.
See, I think if you get the problem is actually I guess I lied earlier. I have had one or two bad experiences with other people online. I mean, that's essentially a given when you're getting the internet involved. But, like, I got into a job with people, and this dude immediately ran me over. Like, we were supposed to be working on a team to accomplish this goal, and this dude just got in his car and ran me over. And then, like, backed up and ran me over again.
Just so he knows it wasn't an accident.
Yeah. He wanted to make sure that I knew that he wasn't...
I'm doing this job by myself.
He wasn't playing around. Yeah, and a good portion of the jobs you can either you can do on your own, or if you're lucky you can grab a friend to do it with you.
Like, I just want to play competitive multiplayer.
Yeah, because then you don't have to pretend to be nice to anyone else.
Yeah, I just fucking get to kill everybody.
Yeah,
I gotta steal the coke again.
There's a lot of coke to steal. But I can't wait until it's in everyone. It's not always in everyone's best interest to work together, and I'm hoping that the heist will be like you cannot do it alone. You have to work well with other people,
I don't think that you could do it alone.
You don't think... Wait, what?
I don't think you're going to be able to do the heist alone. I think you're going to have to pretty much work together.
And I just wanted to encourage... I don't know. Like, it sounds... I wanted to encourage niceness among the players,
Yeah.
Like, that is one thing that gaming culture... And it shows up with this online release. Like, it's just one thing that... Not everyone likes to be nice on the internet, and that's where a lot of the gamers live,
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm no better. I kill a lot of people.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I've never seen you like go find someone to kill them. You're like, oh, someone's going by and they look aggressive. I'll kill them first.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like I don't take shit.
Yeah, you're not gonna.
I'm not gonna give somebody the opportunity to kill me.
Yeah, you're not
But I don't like seek people out to kill them.
Yeah. But there are people who do that. Yeah. There are people who are going around online looking for someone to piss off. And that's infuriating,
It can be.
So like that.
I get it. It's part of the game, but like there are some times where it's
but
stop
like
being a douchebag.
Killing me at the beginning of the mission, that we're all supposed to be working together on. That's not part of the game. That's you just being a dick.
Yeah.
Like he gains nothing from that.
No. Yeah. I mean, you're right.
So it's just, it's unfortunate that that's a problem that persists online.
By the way, if you guys can hear my clicking of the joysticks and shit, I apologize. We're trying to work that out. I need a less squeaky controller.
I don't know if it's less squeaky or you just need to be less aggressive with your...
I'm not even that aggressive.
Stick slapping. But, it's unfortunate. So I guess this is a good good way to segue into our actual tips about Grand Theft Auto.
So my first tip is, and I got this actually from IGN, so if you read IGN, you might already know this tip. When you get your first car, get a good car. It's free.
Oh, yeah.
And you could get some good muscle cars up in the northwest part of the city of Los Santos.
Yeah.
And pick a nice car. A lot of people do Mini Coopers and shit. Yeah, like you can't do high end cars right away, but like if you could pick up a Mini Cooper, do that shit. That's good. You want to do that. I mean, not a Mini Cooper. I mean, like a muscle car or anything like that. Yeah. You don't want to do a Mini Cooper. Is what I was meant to say. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I was focusing on picking up all this cocaine.
Online multiplayer. No, but see, I agree with that, and that's what they're like. Pick the car that's going to be yours. This time it's free, so I was like, oh, so next time it will not be free.
And it is not free.
And you are kind of stuck with that car for a good portion of the time. So like, yeah, I saw, I was doing some missions with people, and I saw this dude driving around this little, tiny little crap car. And I was like, that sucks. Because I'm driving around basically a sports car.
Yeah, I'm driving around
yeah, you were doing the same thing. You're driving around a sports car, and you see these people who, like, unfortunately picked, like...
They just ran
the van or, like, a truck or something, and you're like, I'm sorry.
Unless that's, like, what you're into, but, like, you shouldn't be into that. Make it a car you could outrun the cops in.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, if you're into that, you're probably not getting away from the cops that often, and you're probably going to die a lot. And so, yes, I agree with that. Pick the first car. That's a good one. Pick a good first car.
Then... Just be aware that people are assholes. I mean, you shouldn't have to be told that, but be aware of that. People are going to kill you a fucking lot. If a white dot is making a beeline towards you, kill that bitch.
Yeah. See, I'm. It's always hard to tell. I always I've been trying to think of good tips while I'm playing, and I'm thinking you pretty 90% of the time you want to be in the car. Because it's it's just too easy to get run over by someone, like flying by. You might not even see the white dot coming before, because that person's going 90 miles an hour coming down the road. All of a sudden,
you'll see the white dot.
You're getting flipped over.
My theory on that is I never in my car. If someone is coming after me, if you are playing on the PlayStation and you hit L1 to aim and box sideways, you will roll away from their car, and you can headshot them before they can run you over if you have any sort of aim.
That's the 10% of the time I'd rather be out of my car, is when someone is coming right at me and I know they're there. But like you can get clipped real easily when you were just standing on the street.
Yeah, but the next tip is aim for the head.
Yeah.
Just people don't. And it's the same reason that so many people sucked at Red Dead. It's the same reason that so many people sucked at Grand Theft Auto 4. All you have to do is flick the joystick up and aim at their head. Yeah, it's a fucking auto aim.
The thing is, in this game, as soon as you aim, it'll aim right at the person's, like, center of mass. It'll aim right at their, like, chest, abdomen area. So if you do, like, a small... You have to learn it, because if you're not used to aiming, if you're not good at, like, flicking up to the head, it's not going to be something you can pick up right away. But if you practice it a little bit, especially if you practice it in single player against, computers, because it works essentially the same way, you'll aim right at them, you'll flick the stick up, for a fraction of a second, and you'll be looking right at their head, and you'll be able to headshot them right away.
And it's pretty much almost like a two-shot kill in multiplayer if you shoot somebody in the face with a pistol.
As far as I know, it's a one-shot. It kills people right away. I think it just takes a second for the servers to communicate and tell one person that you killed that person. I don't know, whatever. Again, I'm not a servers person. But yeah, it's something you got to practice, but definitely a skill worth picking up. It saved me more times than I can remember. Is it my turn? Do you have another one? I gotta think of one now. You're kind of in a tough spot.
Sorry about the joysticks, guys.
My next tip, it seems obvious. Literally do everything in your power not to die while being chased by the cops. Because they will impound your vehicle, and it's very difficult to get back sometimes. Because you gotta jump over some fences, expose yourself to like 5 cops all at once, and they're all gonna start taking shots at you.
And the last tip that we have is deposit your money immediately.
Yes, as soon as you get money, put it in the ATM. A good thing about online is that if you hold the select button, it'll bring up a quick interaction menu. Go to quick navigate or something like that.
Yeah.
And like switch over to ATM. If you're playing on the Xbox, the X button. If you're playing on the if you're playing on the PlayStation, it's the X button. X button. If you're playing on the 360, it's the A button. And it'll instantly select the nearest ATM, and it'll navigate you right to it.
Yeah, you really do want to do that. I can't stress that enough, because I lost about $2,000 the other day because I got killed.
Someone just kept railing you.
Just kept killing me because we had that problem where you fucking respawn.
You die
about 10 feet away from where you died.
Yeah.
So I died.
That person's still hanging there.
And that person was just sitting there, and before I could spawn into the game, was killing me over and over again.
Yeah.
It took about $2,000 until I was able to switch to my shotgun and blast that bitch.
So
back.
I just want to reiterate: people can be dicks online.
Yeah.
If that story wasn't,
I'm one of them. Now you've turned me, game. It made me a bad person.
Grand Theft Auto made you do.
That's good.
But yeah, I think that's all our tips on Grand Theft Auto. I think online. I think that about covers it. I can't think of anything else.
Everybody stop bitching.
Yeah, I mean that's the moral of this week's podcast. Also, I mean, if you can find some friends to play online, get in contact with us. My PSN name is Limiting Panda. I will happily be your friend and play with you online because you can never have enough of those.
Mine is Einsteining. It's spelled like Einstein, like Albert Einstein, with an ing at the end.
Yeah. So I mean, if you need someone to play with, hit us up. We'll be more than happy to play with you. Because that way you don't have to play with those jerks. And the internet is it's full of them.
I might kill you, but
Jack actually I'm notorious for that. I'll be like, hey buddy, come over here. Oh my god, I accidentally.
That's what happened. I went to go help Jack, and he fucking killed me.
Well, okay. So let's tell this the way it actually happened, and then you can dramatize it however you want. I was shooting at another player. Sean ran up to help, and my character automatically pistol whipped him in the back of the head and killed him. Completely unintentional, obviously hilarious, but an unfortunate turn of events.
But other than that, I mean, the thing right now is I don't want to. The next podcast probably will have Grand Theft Auto related tendencies, but we don't want to keep talking about it because
this is probably I think this might be the last Grand Theft Auto one we do.
The problem is right now is nobody wants to compete with this bitch.
Yeah.
So nothing else is really happening. I mean, Terraria 2 got announced. Mighty 9 hit its Kickstarter budget, which is awesome.
Mighty number 9. The thing is man, I hope it'll probably be good.
It'll definitely be fucking good.
But I don't know if he's gonna be able to make it without Capcom suing the pants off him.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
it's not that the game might not be good.
Well,
and he's afraid.
That's the thing. He might not be able to make it good because he might have to change the whole concept if they're actually that afraid of lawsuit.
And he is terrified of a lawsuit right now. But so yeah.
Yeah, Terraria 2 got announced, which is very exciting. If we'll ever talk about Terraria 1.
We brought it up in every podcast.
It's every podcast. So if you haven't played it already and you're actually a fan,
play the game.
Get on
it's
it.
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's like Minecraft, but better.
That's the thing. As far as online interactions go, I love Grand Theft Auto Online, but I'm still trying to decide whether or not I had more fun playing Terraria Online. Because that's you get to work with your friends and you build castles or dig down to hell, fight demons, all that good stuff.
But yeah. So nothing else really happens. So hopefully stuff happens next week. We will be at New York Comic Con for anybody.
Oh yeah.
Anybody who is at New York Comic Con, reach out to us. I'll be there with IGN pretty much all day.
Yeah, we're gonna be hanging out.
Friday and Saturday, I will be at the Beyond panel and at the IGN Game Scoop panel. I will be in that area for most of those days. Sundays, up for whatever. But if you are in New York and you are at Comic Con, let me know. Email us, go to our website, blog, text message, smoke signal, whatever you have to do.
We might have a hard time with smoke signal.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
You know how to read smoke signal?
Absolutely.
Oh, alright. Just me then. Okay.
Jack will only be there Friday.
I'll only be there Friday. Unfortunately, this is money issues.
Yeah, I remember those.
Yep.
But so hopefully we see some guys out there. And we're gonna try to wrap this bitch up because we don't like long podcasts. 35 minutes.
Yeah, last week was a little long.
Yeah, well, that's because we got us talking about The Last of Us, which we're not gonna go back into. But
you sure you don't want to?
Yeah, well, no.
Because we could talk about it.
I know. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And as always, thecouchcoop.com.
At the Couch Co-op on Twitter.
Sometimes I tweet stuff.
Yep.
I am NJ Sean Pitts, SEANPITTS on Twitter.
If you're following SHAUN, that's some other guy who probably has nothing to do with us.
Probably
a douche.
Spells his name
because
wrong.
He spells his name oddly. I am Jack of Couch Co-op on Twitter. I changed that up recently. So
finally, the guy who wanted Limiting Panda can get it.
Yeah. All those people clamoring for Limiting Panda. There was somewhere where that was taken. I can't remember where it is. But Limiting Panda was taken somewhere, and I was shocked. And I was furious, actually.
I'd be... that person's dumb. So...
Mean.
Your name's dumb, dude. Sorry.
No,
but,
it's not.
So,
it's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, it's a conversation for another day. So, thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you guys hopefully next week-ish.
Either before or after Comic-Con, depending on...
Sure, we might just record another one of these bitches right now. Who cares?
Yeah, whatever. We'll see. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Catch you guys next time. You click away. Click as hard as you can. Slap those sticks around. That's not a joke. I actually, if you could. Alright, it's fine. It's fine.